Welcome to the Geek'd Up Podcast, episode number 9. I'm your TV terminating, comic book collecting, movie messiah, video game god, or you can call me Cory.
What's up? It's Just Jess.
Just Jess up in the house. What? Should I quit doing that?
Why you gotta make such a big deal about me being Just Jess?
Why you gotta be so mean? I don't know. I like it, actually. I'm just letting people out there, let that burn into their brains who you are.
Just Jess.
Yes, sir.
Should I get a tattoo?
You should. JJ. Just Jess.
Call me JJ for short.
Yeah. Because you're a big fan of J.J. Abrams.
Yep.
So anyway, it's episode number 9. We are still here, still kicking, and still doing the Geek'd Up news. So, we had a lot of news this week.
Tons and tons.
A lot of things to go over. I'm going to first just jump into something, and this is anybody out there with an Xbox One, Xbox 360, the Games with Gold, the free games with your subscription to Xbox Live, has been announced. And for Xbox One, you're going to be getting Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and So Many Me on July 16th to end out the month. Not sure what this game is. I think it's brand new that day it's free. So we're just going to have to wait and see what that is. And then for the Xbox 360, you're getting Plants vs. Zombies and then Gears of War 3 from July 16th to the end of July. So that is it for Games with Gold for Xbox.
Sounds fun.
Yay! And
yay!
If you have an Xbox 360 and you're thinking about getting an Xbox One, just download this stuff. It's free, and whenever you upgrade to an Xbox One, you'll have a huge library already waiting for you because it'll just transfer over.
Anywho, let's talk about Mr. Ben.
What about him?
Mr. Benny Ben. So, Latino Review reports that Ben Affleck is supposedly attached to direct and star in a solo Batman movie. It looks like they're targeting to have it out by 2018. It has not been confirmed. So what do you think?
I think it's pretty cool, and it's going to be called The Batman.
The Batman.
The reason he didn't take Batman v Superman is because he did not know how to do action shots.
Right.
But I think maybe being directed in this movie, he has more of a knowledge, and he'll be able to direct it, because he's a great director in the things he's done. So hopefully that's true. If not, I'm sure they'll get another good director to do it. And he'll be the star, obviously.
Definitely.
So either way, it's a win-win. What else do we got? Oh, it was announced the new Gotham characters for next season are Theo and his sister Tabitha Tigress Gallivan. That's going to be played by Jessica Lucas and James Frain. Tigress's brother is a billionaire industrialist looking to control Gotham.
Ooh. I didn't care for that show.
I know you didn't. I did.
Oh, you didn't until the 13th episode.
I absolutely did not. But then it was the turning point was the Joker episode for me. After that, they kind of got interesting. But what do we got next?
Miss Olivia Munn.
Oh, Olivia Munn, what's she have to say?
Well, I don't know if you guys saw this, but she posted on her Instagram that she learned some new tricks. Looks like she's taking it pretty serious for her role as Psylocke in X-Men.
Yeah, I did see that video, and she was taking it serious.
Yeah, which is good, because I don't really care for her. So if she can change my mind, I'm up for it.
Yeah, I've never seen Newsroom. People say it's good, but the movies I've seen her in she is not a good actress.
No, exactly.
So I'm hoping maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe she does a great job in this and it's a different story. But
right.
But the other person I don't like, who's also in X-Men, doesn't do a good job in that either. Who is, can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she played Sookie on True Blood.
Oh, yeah, I don't know her name.
Yeah, I don't like her. She plays Rogue in X-Men. I don't really care for her.
We're going to get some hate for saying she was not good in True Blood.
I don't care. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Anyway.
And then Adam Beach, who plays Slipknot, had an interview with E! And he had a little dirt on the Suicide Squad.
Let's hear it.
Apparently this movie is going to be extremely dark.
Okay. You'll like that.
Yeah, he says David Ayer, the director, is about realism, and this is a quote. So if your character is tormented, he wants you to torment yourself. He wants the real thing. We kind of have like a therapist on board if you fall off the wagon and really are villainous. There's a friend of Ayers that's very unique in making sure we have our ground. End quote. So they have a therapist on deck in case they go a little bit crazy while shooting this. I think that is very strange, very interesting, and should make for
an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Just to get you even more excited.
Oh, another thing, dealing with Suicide Squad real quick.
Yeah.
Apparently Jared Leto is staying in character, and he is sending his castmates presents, and they are dead hogs and dead rats.
He's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god. That is so cool. It's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah. I really can't wait for that movie. I'm excited for it.
Anyway.
So, what is next on the list of news?
We got to see some Ghostbusters gear.
Yes, yes, yes.
A proton pack. In their suits.
Yeah, I do really like this. They're sticking with the theme. As far as these jumpsuits go, it's very similar. Still has the No Ghost logo on the arm. And then the proton pack looks really good. Looks very handmade, you know.
I'm excited for this just because we talked about this, but I just loved Bridesmaids, and I think it's probably going to be kind of like that, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for, like I said, I'm going to give her a shot, but I'm excited for everybody but, I never remember her name.
SNL.
The SNL, I hate saying it like this, but the black SNL actress.
Yeah.
I don't like her on SNL, but I like everybody else, so maybe the dynamic will be different and I'll like it more. Plus, she's the only one I haven't seen in a still. I've seen everybody else, and they look really good. They also showed Melissa McCarthy carrying the pack that catches the ghost, the trap. That was pretty cool. But next in news, I am very happy to announce this. I don't know if you remember the video game villain and supporter of tough gun control laws, Mayor of San Francisco and former California Senator Leland Yee. Do you remember me telling you about him?
I do not. I'm sorry.
He was a huge supporter of tough gun control laws. He was really hard trying to pass laws on video games to get them banned.
Okay.
Because they're violent.
Yeah, I remember now.
He cited Assassin's Creed and Grand Theft Auto 5 as, or 4 I think, one of them, but as reasons that they should be banned, or at least censored more. And it came out that he admitted this week on Wednesday that he did accept bribes, extorted money, and was involved in smuggling weapons from the Philippines.
Oh my!
He pleaded guilty to racketeering, and he faces 20 years and a $250,000 fine. Sentencing is going to be on October 21st.
What a hypocrite.
Yes, it is. That's politics
the
for
world. Yeah, definitely.
When I read that, I was just in shock. Like,
that's insane. You get what you deserve, right? So, now for the Trinity. Did you see this image?
Yeah, the cover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. What do you think about how they look?
I think they look good. I think the fact that
Yeah.
it's on Entertainment Weekly is pretty awesome.
You know, I think he just makes the perfect Superman.
Yeah.
He really does.
He does. That movie got a bad rap, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get what all the fuss is about.
And that Batman, he just looks awesome.
Yeah.
And she looks good too.
Yeah, you know, I originally wasn't too happy with her casting.
I know, I remember.
I thought she was really, like, I don't know what it was about it. I didn't really care for her in, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's looking like Wonder Woman now. So I am pretty excited for, obviously it's my most anticipated movie.
Right.
Even over Star Wars, which is insane. But
I know.
I cannot wait for that movie.
It's gonna be good.
And then last on the list of news, today being July 2nd. Is that right?
Yes.
July 2nd, it is Margot Robbie's birthday. She turns 25.
I can't believe she's only 25.
I know, right?
I would guess like at least 30. Just because she seems so adult, I guess.
Well, that would make her like 22 or something when she shot Wolf of Wall Street.
My age?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Insane.
And then I feel like a big pile of shit.
Why?
Because
she got to be with Leo.
yes, I'm in love with him. No, because she's fucking 25 years old and this major star in Hollywood. It just sucks. And I'm over here working a job from 9 to 6.
Yeah, well, one day.
Yeah, I guess I don't really want to be an actress, but it makes you think, what am I doing with my life?
You're doing stuff and things. So, that's really good. But anyway, she's 25 today. She's celebrating on the set of Suicide Squad. Can't wait to see her as Harley Quinn. Can't wait to see the Joker. Can't wait to see Batman. Can't wait to see it all. And that is it.
For the news.
It's time for Geek'd Up Reviews.
Why so serious?
It's time for Geek'd Up Reviews.
Alright, we got a couple of reviews this week.
We do. What are we reading?
What do we want to talk about first?
How about you cover Doomed, and I'll get more into Empty Zone.
Okay. So this week, we read Doomed.
From DC Comics.
From DC Comics. Do you want to say who wrote?
Written by Scott Lobdell, art by Javier Fernandez, and colors by Ulysses Ariola.
And it was good art. I liked it.
Did you?
Yes, did you?
Yeah. I mean, we'll get... No, I really did. I was going to say more, but I'm not going to say that now. I'm going to wait till we get into this thing.
Okay, so I'm going to sum it up a little bit. Not go into too much detail, or at least try not to. So it starts off with a boy named Riser. Is that Riser? Is that what we're...
I don't remember.
Okay, well, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Basically wakes up in the middle of a subway station, is what it looks like, and he thinks he's burned. Well, and he has concentric circles surrounding him. He looks in the mirror, and he's a different person. Doesn't really say who he is, but, we can guess.
From the cover.
You're right. Basically, it was his first day at Star Labs.
So it flashes back.
Yeah, flashes back. It was his first day at Star Labs. He was super excited, really wanted this job, and they have him doing grunt work.
Yeah.
He has to go in... What? But he's excited about it.
Yeah, he does not give a shit because he's just happy to be a part
there.
of Star Labs.
Mm-hmm. So he goes in at 11 or so at night to clean a room where I guess they do testing.
Yeah, it just looks like their big lab
Yeah.
area.
So he's cleaning this room, and you have to have a hazmat suit on. And he was getting all sweaty and felt like he couldn't breathe. So he takes the mask off. And he instantly thinks, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that.
And his friend who's with him is gone at the moment.
Right. So he puts his mask back on, said he feels fine. Fast forward, he ends up meeting this girl, and you'll know more about her if you read the comic. He ends up meeting up with this girl, going back to an apartment, and he's trying to keep his cool. And the next thing we know,
Well.
it's like
Well, yeah, go ahead.
an explosion, or he loses it.
Yeah, well, he, I just thought it was interesting because it goes back to her place for what we assume is a little one-on-one time, if you know what I mean. A little, hide the sausage, a little, didgeridoo.
I don't think I do know what you mean.
I think they were going to have sex.
Oh, what?
And he's getting all trying to calm down, and she goes into the shower and then says, why don't you come in here? So then he is like, uh-oh. That's when it happens. Something in him clicks because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then boom.
He's getting all hot and bothered.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he gets burned.
He, he gets the clap or gonorrhea, is that what
Yes.
you're saying? So doomed in this series is a sexually transmitted disease.
Yes.
No, anyway, continue.
So, well, that's where it ends.
Yeah, well, no.
Or where
So
it
yeah,
begins.
he becomes this thing, but he gets to the subway system in a very strange way,
Yeah.
which is basically burning, but you'll have to read it to see this extreme way that he ends up getting there.
Right.
Personally, I got this because it was a number one.
Of course.
And I mean, I wasn't super looking forward to it because it was straying away from what Doomed is.
Yeah.
But after reading it, I thought it was a really fun thing.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was. I read it and I'm like, huh, I'm in for the next one.
You gave it to me to read, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like this superhero stuff. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and I think it was a good way to open it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of,
I liked him. He's kind of witty. Yeah, it was good. All around, it was good. I'm going to give it a Michael Keaton.
And I am going to give it a Christian Bale. I like the art, which I was surprised about. And I would like the story, which I was also surprised about. I think that may be why the score's a little higher. I came in with really low expectations. I do like the writers of some of his other work, where on the other hand, I hate some of his other work. So I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're getting a Michael Keaton and a Christian Bale for Doom number 1 by DC Comics.
Read it.
Rate it. And then I read Empty Zone number 1 by Image Comics, written and drawn by Jason. By Jason. Oh my gosh! It's because of his middle name's in there and it's an S. Jason Sean Alexander. And colors by Lewis, and I know I'm going to screw this up. It's NCT. NCT. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry if I screwed it all up, but honestly, I've never heard of either of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, after reading it, I think I may hear a little bit more about them. So let me just get into what this is kind of about.
All right.
It is a gritty, dingy, grimy, dystopian world. It's like things went wrong and now they're just trying to live and get by. We're introduced to the main character, Corinne, who has some issues. She has some nightmares. We don't know why. I'm assuming that it's something that happened in the past, because
Definitely.
in these nightmares she gets her arm ripped off, which we know she now has a mechanical Furiosa type arm. And it's basically about her, and she is a thief, basically a thief of information. So she goes out as like a bounty hunter and, extracts information from people. And that's kind of the whole role of her. And then we get into, meeting some of her friends. She goes to a bar. The bar is called Bitwise. And she meets some friends there. The bartender named Tim, another guy named Hank. Get a little fun talking there. And it's really just about showing what she does for a job. Another thing about these nightmares is when she has them, they last sometimes a long time.
And sometimes she can't tell if they're real or fake or if it actually happened or...
Yeah, when that first one starts, she's like, how are you here? You're dead.
Yeah.
She thinks it's real.
Yeah.
And it's not until she wakes up that she knows it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she wakes up and she's somewhere and then she wakes up again and she's home.
Yeah.
So, that's right. She thinks, did that really happen or was I dreaming? But basically, that's what I think this is all about right now is getting into her job and trying to figure out what these nightmares are, because we find out that it's most likely she is an experiment of some kind, and you get a really good picture of that at the end. So I'm just really looking forward to getting in there and seeing what these experiments are, what happened to her, why she's having these nightmares, and more, was it to be for the job she's in? So what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, I liked it. What was I going to say? Would it be right to say she reminds me of like a female Constantine? It's almost like she's not afraid of the dark anymore, kind of like Constantine is.
Yeah, she doesn't use magic or anything.
Right, but her personality, I guess, because she drinks.
She's just oh yeah, true. She's an alcoholic. She's a pill popper.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't think in that you said the dark. She saw when she was with her lover or whatever, and she saw those dark people looking over her. It actually, I thought about it, and I think this goes back to the end where you kind of feel like she was an experiment, and you see the doctors. It's almost like the doctors. It's like her memory of these doctors looking over her.
Ah, look at you.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So, female Constantine, possibly, you think?
Yeah. I'm just interested to see where it's going, because this was definitely more setting up for a way bigger picture. And I really like the paranormal stuff. So I want to see where this goes. I'll definitely be reading the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one.
Well, I'm going to stick with the second one right now. But, yeah, because there are ghosts in it. We find at the end, like, what is that? It's so weird. And they're, like, asking who they are. And
I know.
So what do you give this one?
A lot of questions raised. I'm going to give this one a Christian Bale.
And I am giving it a Michael Keaton.
All right.
We're flip-flop this week.
I know.
It's good, though. We used to be, like, right on target. So
I know. That gets boring. We should
What did you think about the art?
Oh, I liked it.
Because, to me, it was really reminiscent of Lee Bermejo, the Suiciders artist.
Oh.
It really reminded me of that, and you didn't like that art, so I was curious of what you thought about it.
Yeah, I liked it. I think I liked it because I like the story.
Yeah.
So, they're kind of obviously connected. So, if I like the story, I'm probably going to like the art.
Yep. Okay, so that is a Michael Keaton and a Christian Bale for Empty Zone #1 from Image Comics. So, we are starting a new segment this week.
Yay!
Yay!
And now, a Geek'd Up dramatic reading.
What it is we are going to start doing dramatic readings.
Dramatic readings.
And this week, it's going to be Saga #1 with Cory and Jess, Hazel narrating, and we got Alana and Marco doing the characters. So, without further ado, let's get into saga number 1.
And scene. This is how an idea becomes real.
Am I shitting? It feels like I'm shitting.
Just keep pushing. We're so close.
Seriously, you'll never have sex with me again if I defecate all over you. Unless you're secretly into that, please don't be into that.
But ideas are fragile things. You have never been as beautiful as you are right now. Most don't live long outside of the ether from which they were pulled, kicking and screaming.
Right, because nothing's more lovely than a fat woman spreading eagle in the back of an old body shop. It's like something out of a fairy tale or...
That's why people create with someone else.
Holy fuck!
Do you need a healing spell? We agreed, Alana, no shame in managing pain.
It doesn't hurt at all. It feels good. Is it sick that it feels so good?
Two minds can sometimes improve the odds of an idea's survival, but there are no guarantees.
You're crying. You never cry. What's wrong? Marco, what is it?
It's a girl! Anyway, this is the day I was born.
End scene. That was a dramatic reading of saga number 1, the first few pages, with Alana and Marco having their first child, and the child being Hazel.
Hazel!
We appreciate it for the time, but now we're going to talk about some upcoming comics.
Excuse me. What's coming out next week?
Geek'd Up. Upcoming comics.
First off, this is for July 8th, 2015. From DC, we have another Constantine the Hellblazer, number 2, on its way.
Ooh!
Along with the Justice League of America, number 2. Mad Max Fury Road, Mad Max number 1.
Ooh.
And Red Hood and Arsenal, number 2. Keep in mind that these are not all that's coming out. These are the ones I like to pinpoint and know that we may be looking at on this show and other shows we do on YouTube. Then, from Image Comics, we have Big Man Plans, number 4. Black Science, number 16. Descender, number 5, which we are reading.
Reading, yes.
Injection, number 3. Was not really my cup of tea, so I'm not sure I'm going to even be looking at that. Pisces, number 3, which you still got to read number 2.
I know.
Saga, as we just read, number 30. Savior, number 4. Shudder, number 13. Starve, number 2. And The Walking Dead, number 144. Or it might be 3. I'd have to look that up again. No, it is 4. It is 4. Walking Dead number 144. And then from Marvel, we have 1872, number 1. Age of Apocalypse, number 1. Civil War, number 1. Spider Island, number 1. And Star Wars, which I'm looking for, Lando, number 1. Cannot wait for that. And then I'm super psyched to announce that from Archie Comics, Archie number 1, it's getting a reboot, but the reason I am excited is because it's going to be drawn by Saga artist Fiona Staples, and it's going to be written by Mark Waid, who is just a writer of all sorts of things, including the latest Star Wars Princess Leia. So I'm looking forward to that. And that is it for the upcoming comics. Any of those that stick out in your mind?
Just the ones I know.
Like Descender and Savior?
Mm-hmm.
Pisces,
yeah. Was there anything? Oh,
Constantine.
and you said Mad Max.
Yeah.
And I just thought of the movie.
It's a good movie.
You're gonna get that comic, aren't you?
Well, I'm not getting the comics. I pre-ordered the trade paperback, which will have all of them in one.
Oh, okay.
And of course I did that because the first one that came out was Nux and Immortan Joe.
Uh-huh.
It was $5 comic. And I was just like, I'll just get the trade paperback. It's going to have 5 issues, all 5. And it's like $14 or something. No, I got it for like $12.
Oh, yeah, that's worth it.
But that first issue is now selling on eBay for almost $40. Because they had a limited print run of only 11,000. Only 11,000 people pre-ordered that.
Oh, wow.
And now they're doing a second printing. So kind of kicking myself that I didn't get it just so I can own it. But now I'm going to have the trade paperback. At least I'm going to be able to read it. And by the time the Blu-ray comes out, I'll know all the backstory and be able to watch it 14 more times.
Right.
So it is time to move on to Geek versus Girlfriend.
Ooh, let's do it.
Round one, fight.
So, last week I had you read a comic, and it was Birthright #1.
Birthright.
And here is what you had to say.
So I think it's a story about this kid getting lost. He finds this other world castle, something, and he ends up being this king
Okay.
that he was always meant to be, apparently, by the name of Birthright.
So, you said it was a boy who goes missing and ends up in a land with a castle and becomes king.
Yeah,
Were you right or were you wrong?
I was wrong.
Yeah. I tried to help you a little bit, and then you got mad at me thinking I was, like, being mean, but I was really just trying to help you. You were so close. So what is this about?
The guy who gets lost in the woods and goes to a world with a castle, but doesn't become king.
I know, man. You really messed that one up. But really, that's not what it's about. That's a very small part of it. What is it really? What is the twist here about the whole thing?
Mikey and his dad were in the forest playing catch. Anyways, they were at the park playing catch. His dad throws the ball too far. Mikey goes in the woods after it. Mikey goes missing. Nobody knows what happened to little Mikey. They just think that his dad, the last person to see him, killed him.
That's always what happens.
Yeah, I know. So the dad was like, I didn't kill him, really distraught, became an alcoholic, just, went off the deep end. And I think it was a year later that Mikey came back.
Yeah, it was 1 year later.
1 year later. The police find a man wandering in the same area where Mikey went missing, claiming that he's Mikey. The only issue is, this man is a grown man with a big beard.
Big muscles.
Big muscles. Wouldn't make
Weapons.
sense. Yeah.
Basically a barbarian.
Yeah. Basically. And so the police bring the family down to the station, and Mikey's mom is like, oh, this isn't Mikey, this isn't my son, this isn't possible. And the police are like, all the fingerprints and everything, DNA matches. We know it's crazy, but it's possible. And the dad instantly looks at him and knows, that's my son.
That's my boy.
Yep. So Mikey tells this long, elaborate story that it was destiny for him to go to this land called Terrenos. How do you say it?
Man, I have to see it. Do you have it
Terrenos?
Yeah, Terrenos.
Terrenos. To defeat the god King Lore. I guess that's how you say it. Because this is a bad king. This isn't a good king. Mm-hmm. And the king is basically destroying the land and killing people. A bad king.
He's being a Joffrey.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, good way to put it. So, he goes there to defeat him. Obviously, time moves faster in this land. Basically, he gets back, and he says that he didn't defeat the king. And at the time that Mikey was defeated, apparently he surrendered to God King Lore and says that he will kill all of Lore's enemies on Earth so that Mikey's home can burn.
So close, yet so far.
I know, you suck.
Yep.
Why do you do this to me?
Because I hate you.
I know you do.
So you were so close, so yet so far.
What did you guys think it was, if you followed along?
What do you think about this issue, this comic series?
I thought it was good, but now I'm always going to have animosity towards it.
Because it was better than you thought?
No, because I was wrong.
I think
Does he end up being king or something?
It's only 7 issues in, so...
Oh, okay.
And no, as of right now, that guy's controlling him. And it keeps seeing spurts of him being good and bad, and it's pretty interesting. It had a lull, like, for 3 issues where I was like, I don't know about this. And then all of a sudden it picked up and it's really good again. But, so that's that. You were wrong.
You got a point.
So now... It's time for this week's Geek vs. Girlfriend. Here I am giving you a comic by Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey. Colors by Matthew Wilson. It is an issue 1 of an Image comic called The Wicked and the Divine.
Oh, shit. You've told me about this one and I don't remember it for the life of me.
Well, you got the cover there. Everybody, if you want to look that cover up, or if you have it, maybe take a look at it and you can see what she is talking through.
Okay, so I'm going to guess this is about good and evil, obviously.
How do you guess that?
The title.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty spot on. But also what's throwing me off is like half of her face seems good and then half of her face seems evil. I'm just gonna guess this is about people who are wicked or bad. They live in a world with wicked and good people. I'm just gonna say this is like a personality thing with people can be good, but people can also be wicked.
Like it's a personality disorder?
I wouldn't say it's like a disorder, just the good and bad in people.
Okay.
You know, because everybody has a dark side, and I think that's what maybe this is about. I don't know. That's what I'm going with.
Okay, so.
It's about people, not necessarily this girl, but I'm going to guess she's one of the main characters, and how they have a good side and a dark side, and this comic just explores the good and bad in people and makes a story off of that.
All right, you heard it here. We're going to lock that in.
Break. Go back to your corners.
Tune in next week to see if she is right or she is dead wrong. So now it's on to Girlfriend versus Geek.
Round two, fight.
So last week I asked you why a pizza delivery guy said, and I quote, "I left a pizza boy and came back a pizza man." And this is what you had to say.
He delivered a pizza to Diddy. And, so therefore, he has a time of his life.
Alright, so you guessed a pizza boy went out on delivery and delivered a pizza to Diddy, and he partied it up with Diddy.
Yes, he had the time of his life, and therefore he became a man.
Alright, so...
I was dead wrong.
Yes, which you knew. I'm sure you guessed. Basically, this pizza boy went out on a delivery. He's 19 years old from Denver, Colorado. He works for Uncle Pizza. He was on his delivery, and he saw a man turning blue outside of his home. 2 other people were outside One was calling the EMT and the other was attempting CPR. He pulled up, he knew something was wrong, and he knew he had to do something. So, he did CPR and saved the man's life. After about 10 or 15 minutes, the EMT showed up and they shook his hand and said, "You saved this guy's life."
Now, was the man's life he saved none other than Sean Puffy Combs?
They didn't specify, but you never know.
So I could actually be right.
No, because he didn't party it up with Diddy.
We don't know what happened after that.
Okay, well, as of right now, you're wrong.
Damn it. Okay.
Okay, so this week, it's not celebrity related, but
Neither was this week's. Last week's.
I know.
I guess I kind of made it that way, and I was fucking dead wrong, like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. That's okay, you tried.
Knowing that it was in Colorado, which I didn't know when you asked me, would have totally changed my answer. There's no way Diddy just living in Colorado.
Okay.
But anyway, what happened this week?
So, a man buys 2 puppies, right? So, 2 years later, he finds out, oh my god, these aren't dogs.
What? Where does this guy live?
So, he lives in China's Yunnan province. So, he lives in China.
Okay.
And he goes to this swap meet, basically. And the guy who sold these to him says, "Oh, they're gonna grow up and be just great big hungry dogs." 2 years later, he sees something on TV and goes, "Oh shit, these aren't dogs. What were they?"
Damn. Okay, here's my logic on this. They have to... Originally, as I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking this guy just doesn't know, and there's something completely crazy and out of the norm. But I'd imagine he's not an idiot. So they have to look somewhat like dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Are you leading me astray, or...
No,
Okay,
no.
just because you can't do that.
No, I'm not.
But, so they have to look like dogs. So what looks... I know. I get it.
Looks-
So what looks like a dog, but
When
can
it's
get
a
massive...
kid. Yeah. After 2 years.
and eat stuff. A dire wolf. No. There's no such thing.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. So I'm gonna have to go. I have to really think about these animals.
I know. Takes a second. Whenever I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that's insane.
Really big, it wouldn't be a hyena, because they're tiny.
Yeah.
I don't think a wolf, that's pretty small. Shit. Really, I don't know why, but I know this is wrong, and I'm gonna kick myself when I think about other animals. Shit, I don't even want to say it, but I'm gonna go with a bear.
Okay.
I don't think they look like dogs at all. They look like fucking bears, but that's all I can think about right now. So I'm gonna go with a bear. The guy went to the swap meet, bought 2 bears that he thought were dogs. He saw something on TV 2 years later and realizes, God damn it, I have fucking bears. That is it. I'm locking that in.
Lock it in.
Break. Go back to your corners.
Come back next week. Find out who's right, who's wrong, who's ahead, who's in the lead. Right now, Cory is up 9-6. So if I win one of those, just one, I win. And you will be stuck doing something you don't really want to do. So,
I'm scared.
make sure you tune in next week to see if she is going to end up having to do something, or if she gets to live another day with Geek versus Girlfriend and Girlfriend versus Geek. But for now, that is it for the Geek'd Up podcast. Make sure you look at all of our YouTube videos. We do comic pull lists on the weekly pull that tells every comic we get throughout the week. We also do Top of the Stack, which is a comic review show. We also have this podcast, the Geek'd Up podcast. I also do a podcast called the Wits End podcast, which has to do with comics as well, but also dives into paranormal, conspiracies, things like that, with 2 other guys, Jason and James. And I also do some Geek'd Up music. You can check out the Mad Max Fury Road rap, all on our channel. Also, like the Facebook page at facebook.com/GeekedUpTV. That's GeekDUpTV. And you can find us on Twitter at twitter.com/GeekedUpTweets.
We also have some news, though.
What's the news?
We bought lighting. We bought a new lens. We bought a new mic cable. So we, hopefully soon, maybe next week, will be coming to you through video.
You may be able to get to see her do something stupid on video.
Oh my, I didn't even think about that.
Perfect timing.
Shit.
Perfect timing.
So, this is gonna make it more interesting for you guys listening on YouTube. So, just be prepared for that. You're gonna really enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy me looking like a fool. You can make fun of me. Call me a douchebag. Anyway, thought that was worth sharing.
Yeah,
we look forward to it. We're really happy we got this stuff to help the viewer experience. And that's it.
That is it. So yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you read, and maybe you agree or disagree with our reviews, or maybe you're reading something that we aren't, and let us know what it is and what you think and why we may have to read it. So, until next week, I'm Cory.
And I'm Jess.
Always stay geeked up, and always hug a xenomorph.
Always.
Geek'd Up.